Do you feel it, dear soul? That pain you feel in your chest when no one is around? That whisper you hear in the silence when the world turns its back on you? You didn't imagine it. At that moment, heaven was calling your name. And tonight, your name is written in bright letters in the sky. You have been chosen, but not everyone can hear this message. Is it a coincidence that I am conveying this message to you right now? No, it is not. It is one of the divine laws of the universe and heaven. Yes, the law of attraction. You feel extremely lucky that I am conveying this message to you, don't you? Before moving on to the message, please like the video to share this message with others, dear soul. You must also receive and accept the message with love. If you write "I have received and accepted it with love" in the comments and seal it with 333, you will maintain the balance of giving and receiving. Don't forget to stay tuned and subscribe for our other messages, says Archangel Michael. Now we can slowly move on to the message. This is what you were supposed to find. And if your heart skips a beat as you read this, it's because an angel has been pleading with heaven to deliver you in time for the past 48 hours by whispering your name into the stars. Don't let this moment pass you by again. Don't make me wait outside your door for another night, urges Archangel Michael. This is your turning moment, so please open it with all of your heart. Listen carefully. It's not just a message, it's a heavenly rescue mission because you can't stop what's going to happen in your life. You can only prepare for it. Michael has been crying. You feel like giving up sometimes, don't you? You've been praying, waiting, and hoping, and nothing seems to change. But Archangel Michael came to me trembling, his wings still soaked in light, and he said, "They must hear this before July 2nd. Yes, because every second you delay, the miracle you were meant to hold fades 1 inch further away. Heaven is tired of waiting. This is no typical day, beloved. It's your turning moment, the day you'll look back and mutter, 'That's when everything changed.' I was sent with a final benediction, but they must not skip again. God witnessed your tears yesterday. Yes, even in the absence of others. When you remained silent, he could see how your spirit was pleading for assistance. He gave Michael the order to send this at that precise moment. This was not a random message. It happened by divine decree. You are already halfway past the gates of your miracle if you are reading this at this very moment. Keep going. The next few words include information that only heaven knew, so don't scroll away. You're going to recall it too soon. A letter of love. If this is reaching you at the right time, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Not for fame, not for numbers, but so heaven can reach you again when it matters most. Michael advised waiting before continuing. Make sure they are not left behind next time. Their soul deserves better. Let them stay connected. Now, back to the divine truth. Michael said, even the ones that were ridiculed and the ones that you buried. Behind the scenes, heaven has been silently keeping them safe. Because God's breath, not your heart, was responsible for planting some of those aspirations. Because of this, they continue to burn even when you're exhausted. Because dreams of God never die. You will soon discover the reason for your prolonged wait. The agony pales in comparison to the joy. There are angels that whisper, you see. When heaven witnesses your collapse and no one else does, Michael is the one who roars with truth. He has been engaged in invisible combat outside of your timeline. For your understanding as well as your safety. For that one instant when you would hear this and at last let your heart open. Now is the time. According to Michael, they have no idea what was taken from them. However, I do. And I will assist them in regaining it. Your destiny was tampered with, dear. You've been feeling that delay. That inaction. That inexplicable wait. It was observed, yet it wasn't your fault. And Michael didn't ignore it like others did. He went directly to God. He called for justice. Heaven concurred. It's time to return what was taken from you. Something has been withheld from you. People in your immediate vicinity are too scared to acknowledge a fact. There is going to be a change, and it starts right now. Someone made an attempt to postpone your abundance. Someone reasoned that you would have missed this window if they had only diverted your attention long enough. They didn't rely on Michael, though. You weren't supposed to open this in time. The delay has just been disarmed by you. Now, what is truly yours is being realigned in heaven. Do you sense it? It's more than simply emotion when you feel that weird sensation when reading this. That is proof. Because what's going to happen in your life was planned for a long time ago and was just waiting for you to notice it. And you must understand this too, darling. I held the door open for them, but it can't stay open forever. If they miss this, I will be forced to close it. Michael explains why this time is sacred. Your future is no longer waiting. It's here. Part of the reason you're being contacted now is because of someone who passed away. They witnessed your suffering. They prayed to God for this message to reach you even if they couldn't physically reach you. In order for Michael to get in touch with you today, their soul signed a permission scroll. You had chills earlier because of this. That's why you nearly broke down in tears without understanding why. They want you to know that you are not forgotten and that they are close. I've witnessed everything. I have also prayed for this moment. What you were never told was whispered to me by Michael as he leaned close. They have money that is theirs. Their name is on a piece of land. Love is on its way back. However, they need to open their hearts now, not later. Right now. That's why you've been under so much pressure. Why? You've been feeling the clock is ticking down. You're not insane. Your soul has always understood that this time would come. Now, don't let your fear to overpower your faith. Don't ignore this video like it's just another one. It isn't. You have a fantastic opportunity to change everything. According to Michael, if they carry out this advice, they won't recognize their lives after 30 days. And what do you know? He's correct. You had been caught in a cycle that did not belong to you. But every obstruction, every falsehood, and every rope that was fastened to your spirit is being untied in heaven. Additionally, your spirit has already started the unlocking process if you are still reading. Your prayers were not disregarded, despite what you may believe. Michael wants you to understand this. Heaven froze last Tuesday night when they sobbed. Not a single tear escaped our notice. We needed them to be prepared, yet we didn't miss a word. And there now. You've been stronger than you think, my darling. And the miracle you've been requesting has just been sparked by that strength. Yes, the one you ceased discussing aloud. Someone in your life has been concealing their actual emotions. They were instructed to avoid them. They were cautioned from contacting anyone. However, Michael is taking down the barrier that separates you two. There will be a message for you shortly. One that awakens all of your memories and shakes your soul. Don't disregard it. It's more than just love. It's objective. Light-headed. If this resonates with you right now and you feel this in your chest, please subscribe. Your soul will need to hear the next lesson Michael sends, not because you're being told to. At 2 a.m. it might arrive. It will be crucial, even if it happens on an arbitrary Tuesday. Michael warned you too, saying, make sure they're watching. Make sure they never miss the next code. You have been the subject of gossip. Don't worry, though. What they muttered in the darkness will soon be revealed in the sunlight. It won't be necessary for you to prove yourself. Your proof is God. You are protected by your character. And what follows will put an end to all of the lies that have ever been told about you. A divine shift is occurring quickly. That sense that something significant is about to happen that you've been having lately. You're correct. It won't be noisy, though. It will be gentle, like a knock on the door of your spirit. Don't question it when it does. Say yes. You were born for more, and you've always known it. That's why average never fit you, and that's why mediocrity felt like a cage. Your soul remembers your divine contract. And now Michael is giving you the scroll. The reward is greater than the risk, Michael says. A miracle is not just coming. It is already happening, but it requires your awareness, your faith, and your whole heart to receive it. This is the part where they rise. This is the part where the world watches their glow return. Archangel Michael says, the enemy has been working overtime to confuse you, to make you doubt your value, to silence your instincts. However, it was unsuccessful, because you opened this today despite the commotion around you. In other words, heaven just won and the enemy simply lost. Do you realize how uncommon that is, beloved? Most people ignore these signals. Most people disregard that subtle pull in the spirit. Not you, though. You were picked because you pay attention to what other people don't. They attempted to persuade you to be someone you are not. You're not damaged. Not that you're unlucky. It's not too late. Time bends when God speaks, as evidenced by the fact that you are reading this at this present moment. That despite the delay, your miracle is still happening, breathing, and en route. And you would be dancing with delight right now if you only knew what was going to happen over the next 17 days. According to Michael, a deal is taking place in heaven. Since they were able to reopen their spirit, it is currently being processed. The worry you've been harboring, an odd sensation that something is going to change. Stress isn't that. Prophecy is what that is. Sacred rooms have whispered your name. There have been discussions about your predicament in circles of light. And this is the decision. Something great is taking over, so let go of everything that no longer honors you. What no one else dared to speak, let me reveal. One of the women in your family endured silent suffering. During her lifetime, her prayers were never heard. However, you are the answer to her prayer. She prayed for a family member to change the trend. God sent you after she prayed to heaven for a voice, a warrior, and a defender. You were meant to carry generations, which is why your path has seemed heavier than others. Here's the good news, though. They won't have to carry alone any longer, according to Michael. There will be assistance. Heaven has put backup in place. Indeed, albeit in a different manner, someone is returning to your life. This time there is no delay, it is divine timing. Michael issues a warning. They were once harmed by this person, but they were unaware of it. They are now prepared to speak the truth. They will now plead for it to be corrected. You have to listen, dear. Avoid reacting angrily. Be wise in your response. Heaven will tell you when and what to do. You just need to listen and remain receptive. And now, something you didn't anticipate. Your initials are already on a sudden financial blessing. I witnessed it. Michael talked about it while crying. They have endured silent suffering, given to others without asking, and seen others get while they remained behind, but no more, he continued. You will get a divine deposit that will transform your home, your comfort, and your tranquility, but it won't come from hard effort. This message is crucial because it will lead to alignment, faith, and unblocking your spirit. Hold on. Do you recall that dream you had a few weeks ago that you couldn't explain? Michael says it wasn't a dream, but rather a memory from the spiritual realm, a glimpse of what's being prepared for you, and now it's about to come true. You weren't imagining it. Your spirit already saw it. What will you do now that the truth is before you? Will you scroll past it and act as though it didn't resonate, or will you claim what was written for your soul long before you were born? Archangel Michael says, they've passed the test. And soon your eyes will too. Heaven is watching you closely now. The point at which most give up has been reached. I'm allowed to bring the gift now. It's a huge gift. This is more than a miracle. It is being restored. The kind that erases the years of deprivation. The kind that makes you feel happy again. The kind that makes you wonder why the pain was there in the first place. Because the next step needed space to develop. Indeed, albeit in a different manner, someone is returning to your life. This time, there is no delay. It is divine timing. You must pay attention, Michael warns. This person hurt them once, but they were not aware. Now they are ready to speak truth. Now they will beg to make it right. Avoid reacting angrily. Be wise in your response. Heaven will tell you when and what to do. You just need to listen and remain receptive. And now, something you didn't anticipate. Your initials are already on a sudden financial blessing. I witnessed it. Michael talked about it while crying. They have suffered in silence, they have given without asking, they have stayed behind and watched others receive, he said. But no more. You will receive a divine deposit that will transform your home, your comfort, and your peace. This deposit will come through alignment, faith, and unblocking your spirit, which is why this message is so important and crucial. Michael says, you weren't imagining it. Your spirit already saw it. Your eyes will soon too. This is the moment where heaven watches you closely. Remember that dream you had weeks ago? The one you couldn't explain? Michael says it wasn't a dream, but rather a memory. It was a memory from the spiritual realm, a glimpse of what's being prepared for you. Archangel Michael says, they've passed the test. Now that the truth is before you, will you claim what was written for your soul long before you were born? Or will you scroll past and act as though this didn't resonate? The point at which most give up has been reached. I'm allowed to bring the gift now. It's a huge gift. This is more than a miracle. It is being restored. The kind that erases the years of deprivation. The kind that makes you feel happy again. The kind that makes you wonder why the pain was there in the first place. Because the next step needed space to develop. In the coming days, you'll hear a name, a letter, and a house. It will happen again. It may be visible to you on the internet. It may be whispered to you. Don't disregard it. You'll know it's the green light, the signal. It's not falling apart, Michael says. You will feel a chill when it appears, and that chill means go. Do not be afraid if things begin to shift suddenly. That job loss, that strange silence from someone you loved, that unexpected turn. Everything is coming together. Let it happen. I'm planning the getaway. Sparkles. If you're still reading this, dear, and you have a gut feeling that this isn't a coincidence, click subscribe right away. The next time Michael tries to get in touch with you, it's not for numbers. The message is unblocked by anything. You must listen to what follows. He said, I won't be able to reach them if they walk away again. Don't let them miss the next chapter. This chapter is not the end. This is the beginning, the restart, the divine do-ver, and you're not behind. You're right on time. Let this be your prayer tonight, God. I'm listening. I don't know what's next, but I trust you. Let Archangel Michael guide me. Let my miracle awaken me. They've already been selected, Michael says. The shift is in motion. Nothing can stop what God has released for them. And you, precious one, you are already chosen. And now the truth most people won't believe, but your soul will. Something you wrote down, maybe even years ago, in a journal, on a piece of paper, or as a silent prayer whispered before sleep, it has just been activated. Heaven waited until your frequency matched the miracle. And Michael says that frequency was finally reached 48 hours ago. That's why I've been trying to deliver this since then. This was the moment. You may feel confused right now. That's normal. When God starts rearranging everything, confusion comes before clarity. But don't mistake movement for chaos. Michael is working in the background. He says, every door that slammed was protection. Every delay was divine redirection. Every heartbreak was a course correction. And beloved, the route may have changed, but the destination was never lost. It was delayed, not denied. This is your prophecy in motion. The kind that will cause others to ask, how did that happen so fast for you? Heaven saw it all, and God didn't spare a tear. However, they won't know the battles you fought in silence, the nights you prayed without receiving a response, or the mornings you smiled with a broken heart. The harvest is not just coming, Michael says. It's long overdue. And now it will pour. Yes, pour. It will be like floodgates opening, blessings coming in ways that defy reason, and divine restitution for everything that tried to break you. You don't need to earn this. You just need to let it happen. Let me also tell you what will happen in your sleep tonight. Your soul will be visited, and whether you remember it or not, Michael will bring a scroll to your spirit that contains hidden instructions. But don't worry, Michael will be by your side, helping you receive it fearlessly, because receiving is also an act of faith. You might wake up with a strange dream, a vision, or just a calm feeling. That is the download. That is the assignment. Pay attention. Signs, not reason, will tell you what to do next. They are already all around you. A name repeated several times, a butterfly out of season. Michael says, tell them not to brush it off. Heaven's confirmations include a song that plays just when you're thinking about someone, or a scent that brings back memories of your early years. They will now receive all divine messages more quickly, but they still need to remain vigilant. You've crossed the line. You are not the same person you were yesterday, last week, or even last month. You are now a different person. And this one doesn't feel bad about doing what God says. It glows in a different way. This one is aware that they were intentionally sent here. This one is aware that timing is spiritual as well as human. There will be someone from your past who tries to test you, and a fresh person will show up to bless you. However, only one of these is in line with what God has planned for your life. Listen with your spirit, not your trauma. If it drains you, it's not divine. If it ignites you, it's ordained. You may be moving, physically, emotionally, even in terms of relationships, but don't freak out. It's not punishment, it's placement. God is putting you in a place where your soul can grow, not just survive, Michael says. They weren't supposed to remain hidden, according to Michael. Somewhere their light is required. Even when they are unable to see the road, I am still directing their steps. Why me? Is the question you posed. This is your response. Because only you would be able to bear this without becoming less kind. Others became frigid, but you remained soft. While others grew resentful, only you continued to believe. According to Michael, God didn't pick them. He picked you because you gave even when your hands were empty and loved even when you weren't loved. You will now get not only emotionally but also physically. You'll sense it in your friendships, wealth, and physical health. Something strange is coming too, darling. A conversation that will feel unreal, a heavenly alignment with someone who has been looking for you. There will be healing where disease resided, rest where tiredness dominated, and laughter where quiet lingered too long. The phrase heaven keeps coming up. You won't see it coming, but when it does, it will restore something that was lost long ago, a part of yourself you forgot how to access. They are being prodded to get closer, but they don't even know why yet. Michael says that this union is part of their purpose, but they must be patient. It won't look like they expected. It's more than just a blessing. It's a resurrection, the return of joy. As a last warning, Michael says, there will be one more attempt to divert their attention. It may seem like a chance, it may feel familiar, but it's a test, and if they make a bad decision, the miracle will be postponed once more. Everything will speed up if they make the correct decision. You will know it's a test because it will occur when you're most exhausted. The enemy operates in this manner, so stay strong. Ask heaven. Ask me. If you calm down and ask with your spirit rather than your fear, Jewel, the answer will be obvious. There is one more message coming in the next 48 hours, and only the ones who stay connected will hear it in time. Michael added, this next message contains a name, a place, and a number, and it must not be missed. If you are still reading every word, shaking inside because you know this was written for you, click subscribe now. You weren't meant to be destroyed by all that happened to you. Its purpose was to bring you to this self-image. Smarter, stronger, and in agreement. Heaven is pleased with you. Michael is pleased with you. Furthermore, God never lost faith in you, even after you lost faith in yourself. Here's what to do right now. Take a breath. Simply open your hands and declare aloud, I receive it. Heaven will take care of the rest. Your tale is far from over. It's just getting started. And if you believe this message was impactful, watch what comes next. I have already placed angels on every corner. Rest easy now. A shift is coming, and this time it's all for you, says Archangel Michael. I will protect you tonight. I will watch over your home. No harm will reach your door. Something invisible is going to happen in their room tonight, Michael says. There won't be any noise. Your spirit will sense it even if it isn't ostentatious. A change in temperature, a flash of light, and a wind without a window open. These aren't random occurrences. These are affirmations. Heaven is in motion. Furthermore, you are no longer by yourself in this area. Now the angels are observing. Yes, at this very moment. They are singing while you read these words, and they have circled your house, your heart, and your thoughts. It's because the fight is now finished, not because everything is ideal. They may not be aware of it yet, but they just managed to survive what was intended to destroy them, according to Michael. Someone from the spirit world is observing you. A mother, a grandfather, or a spirit that departed before you were able to find closure. And they are standing next to Michael, grinning and whispering. Tell them we stayed, that we have been guiding them at every turn. That hint of their scent you smelled last week, that warm, inexplicable presence that made you cry, that was them reaching across the veil, touching you with light. This was more than just a warning. An activation took place. Your body feels weird right now because of this. The constriction in your chest, the lump in your throat. Your spirit is recalling what it has always known. You were never left behind. Someone's prayer has been answered by you. You are the fulfillment of a prophecy that was made many generations ago. And now that they know, they will begin to see signs more quickly. Miracles will start to happen the moment they say yes to God once more. And here's something that most people won't believe, but you must. A financial transaction is already being aligned in your name. Not by chance, not by the government, but by divine orchestration. You were urged to stay because, as Michael is very serious about, if they leave this message, if they act as though they didn't feel this, they'll silence the frequency I finally unlocked. A man who once rejected your value will soon speak your name in rooms you've never entered. And a woman who once judged you will soon seek your advice because heaven is lifting you in a way no human can stop. Every sentence is a seed, and that seed is about to bloom, so your soul needed to hear every word. And those dreams you keep having, the glimpses of people, places, and numbers, have meaning. You may have assumed it was your imagination, but it was actually prophetic rehearsal, God's method of allowing your soul to get ready before your body caught up. Michael explains, they are rising now, which is why some things feel so familiar lately, because you've previously walked through them in the spirit. They will start to activate their gifts. They will begin to feel, know, and sense changes before they occur. You're growing more truth-aware, more sensitive to energy, and more allergic to lies. Don't be scared, even though it could feel overwhelming. This discernment was a gift, not a burden, from heaven. You weren't supposed to blend in. You were intended to reveal spiritual ties and disrupt routines. Generations attempted to bury them in order to heal the profound wounds. In your family, you are the chainbreaker. That's why they were segregated, according to Michael. Heaven drew them back to protect them long enough to equip them, not to punish them, which is why they felt excluded. And that season is coming to an end. Connection is emerging from solitude. The quiet is turning into music. Loneliness is turning into a legacy. Legacy indeed. In rooms you have never been in, your name will be called. Because you answered yes today, kids you haven't even met yet will feel secure. That is the magnitude of this moment. Heaven wouldn't let you skip it because of this. Since something in your energy resets on July 2nd, you were supposed to open this before then. Your destiny clicks for some reason. Only those who stayed long enough, listened intently enough, and had strong enough faith will be allowed to pass through the spiritual door that is opening. And that boundary was just crossed by you. Find solace in this. Michael is not going anywhere. His presence is not over yet. This is only the start. Tonight, his wings are already encircling your bed. You have his weapon at your feet. Your heart is covered by his hand. And he, rather than you, will confront any dread that tries to visit you beyond this point. Loved one, sleep differently tonight. Sleep as though you're already protected. Sleep as though you are aware that the miracle is planned. Sleep like if you've been seen at last fully and unquestionably. And let Michael sing you this quietly while your eyes go heavy. Now you're safe. Now you are loved. You are still free and selected. Dove, heaven is not finished if your heart is still trembling. Allow yourself to be carried into the next moment. Additionally, click subscribe right now if you haven't already. Not for fame, but for trust, as the last piece of your puzzle might be in Michael's next communication. You're not in the rear. Heaven knew you would be here, and you are. The angels are now rejoicing. May you be blessed. Michael the Archangel is observing. You're not by yourself. You are divine. You're safe. You will always be cherished. Just now, Michael murmured something unusual. They remained past the message. They're not merely looking for a miracle, then. They're merging. Do you know what that implies, beloved? It implies that you are more than just a recipient anymore. You are evolving into a light bearer, a vessel, and someone who not only receives healing, but also heals others simply by entering a room. You've changed. In the spirit world, you're radiant. The angels may not be able to see it with their own eyes, but others will shortly. You will begin to be treated differently by others. Your energy has increased, not because you have changed your appearance. And those who previously disregarded you will sense it. A few will be lured in. Others will disappear for no apparent reason. Permit them. Your future shouldn't be surrounded by those who can't keep up with you. You're entering a divine season of full alignment, of no more pretending to show up as yourself unapologetically, Michael says. Don't shrink to keep others comfortable anymore. It cost you too much. You tried so hard to keep the peace that you started betraying your own soul. No more. And now the whispers. Yes, the whispers from behind closed doors. And now a divine reversal is taking place. The same mouths that made fun of you will soon be compelled to honor you, not out of retaliation but out of revelation, because when God raises someone up, no gossip can bring them down. Michael has heard the ones that people thought you'd never hear. And God, he took notes. He says, "My child didn't deserve those words, that disrespect, that betrayal." Listen carefully now. A phone call, an offer, and a decision are on the horizon, and the outcome will favor you in ways that defy logic. Why? Because you chose faith over fear. Because you didn't skip. Because you stayed. When Michael stands up for someone, no lie can stand. And when heaven decides you are next in line, no human can change that story. Let's dig a little deeper. Michael is sharing a little-known fact. There is a secret admirer in your energetic field who has been observing you from a distance. They are motivated by your strength, your silence, and your soul. They haven't spoken up yet because they believe they aren't deserving of your light, but heaven will soon prod them. You'll meet someone who won't be scared of your depth. Don't block it. Don't compare it to the past. This connection is divinely orchestrated. It's not karma, it's not a rebound, it's not chaos, but it's confirmation. Michael says, tell them to stop romanticizing their trauma. There will be true love soon. The permanent sort. The sort that prays in your name, the kind that builds. One other thing, your inner child, dear. Yes, the quiet voice within you. When you were told to be strong, that person was silenced. The kid is getting up. They are whispering, "Thank you for not giving up on me," as they watch you open this message with tears in your eyes. Final call from heaven. If this message resonated deeply within you, don't let this be the end. You are the miracle, and your life will reflect it from this day on. You are not broken. You're becoming, and becoming is loud. Becoming is messy. Becoming is holy. Tonight, let your soul rest in this truth. You are not the same person you were 30 minutes ago. Heaven has rewritten your energy, and your name has been recorded in the scrolls of this day. Divine shift completed. Click subscribe now so Michael can speak again when you need it most. One last code will arrive in the next 72 hours, and only those who stayed will be able to recognize it. Because God saw it all, Michael is standing next to you right now, not saying a word, just placing his hand on your shoulder and letting the weight of your exhaustion lift slowly, gently, like smoke rising into the early morning light. Miracle delivery activated. Heaven's light upon you. Now live like someone who just received an exclusive invitation from God. Because that's exactly what this was. Michael says they were never invisible to us, just hidden, protected. And heaven couldn't let that story be your ending. The nights you cried with your face pressed against the pillow so no one would hear. The days you walked through like a ghost, smiling for everyone else, but breaking inside. Because the enemy would have attempted to destroy them before they even flowered if he had seen what they were carrying. It's time for it to bloom now. Completely, brilliantly, and boldly, not half-heartedly, not timidly. Because heaven is no longer requesting your survival. Heaven is pleading with you to ascend. Therefore, when positive things begin to happen, don't shy away. The door is open, don't dispute it. Don't say sorry for your recovery. You didn't find this blessing by accident. You were eligible for it. Right now, Michael is giving the angels instructions to shift the odds in your favor. The lost paperwork will be located. A place that rejected you will make room for you again, and someone who has ghosted you will suddenly remember your name. This isn't karma. This is the justice of God. And it's not human-generated. It originates with God. When it occurs, you won't owe anyone an explanation. Furthermore, since God's fingerprints are already on it, you don't need to demonstrate your deservingness. You will never require more validation than that. At this point, Michael leans in like a brother rather than a fighter and says something so tender that it might make you cry. Inform them that they succeeded. Inform them that the most difficult portion is over. Inform them that I've always been by their side. Let them know that heaven is pleased. When was the last time someone expressed their pride in you, beloved? Now listen to it. Allow it to seep into all of the wounds your soul bears. Heaven is pleased with you. For being genuine, for continuing to love, for continuing to believe, and for continuing to hope despite what they did to you. Not for being flawless. You prevented darkness from triumphing. And you are holy just for that. So pause and take a deep breath. You're not damaged. You're evolving. What comes next? It's going to be lovely, dear. A calm you've never experienced before. A level of intimacy with God that cannot be taught in a church. A thrill so intimate that it will make you laugh uncontrollably. Additionally, it's already on its way, so you won't need to chase it. Michael is going to put a feather close to you tonight. A symbolic one, perhaps, but not a real one. It will appear in a word, a picture, a sign, or a dream. And keep this moment in mind when you do. Keep in mind that heaven fulfilled its promise. Dove. One last breath then. Seal it if your spirit recognizes that this was a divine moment rather than merely a message. Michael's last scroll for your destiny is on its way, so click subscribe. It includes the last step, a name and a place. You'll sense it as soon as it shows up. Be kind to your heart until then. You've experienced a lot. Let yourself be held by the light now. Heaven is aware of you. Heaven respects you. You have been selected by heaven. You're secure. You are holy. You're not alone either. Amen. Something unseen will occur in their room tonight, Michael predicts. It won't be loud or showy, but your spirit will sense it. A change in temperature, a flash of light, or a breeze without a window open are not coincidences. They are confirmations that heaven is moving. And now, yes, even as you read these words, the angels are watching. They have formed a circle around your home, around your thoughts, around your heart, and they are singing, not because everything is perfect, but because the battle is finally over. As Michael explains, they may not be aware of it yet, but they just survived what was intended to destroy them. Someone from the spirit realm is standing next to Michael, grinning and whispering, "Tell them we didn't leave." This person could be your mother, grandfather, or a soul who departed before you had closure. Tell them that we have been assisting them at every turn. You caught a whiff of their perfume last week. This message was not merely a warning, it was an activation. That tightness in your chest and that lump in your throat are symptoms of your soul remembering what it always knew. You were never abandoned. That warm, inexplicable presence that made you cry was them reaching across the veil and touching you with light. And Michael responds, now that they know, they will start seeing signs faster. You are the answer to a prophecy that was proclaimed millennia ago, and you are the answer to someone's prayer. Miracles will start to happen as soon as people reaffirm their faith in God. The majority of people won't believe this, but you have to. Your name is already being associated with a financial transaction. Not by chance, not by the government, nor by divine design. Soon, a man who once disregarded your worth will call your name in places you've never been. Soon, a woman who formerly criticized you will come to you for guidance. Because no human being can stop heaven from elevating you. And Michael takes this very seriously. They will quiet the frequency I've finally unlocked if they ignore this message and act as though they didn't experience this. You were advised to stay because of this. Every phrase has to reach your spirit. Since each sentence is a seed, it is on the verge of blossoming. The triple digits 333, 444, and 555 will start to appear in crescent moon sky. Angel codes aren't meant to dazzle people. They serve as both welcomes and warnings. 333 indicates that Michael is close. 454 indicates total protection. 555 indicates that significant change is already taking place. Put them in writing. Say them aloud. Don't ignore them. They serve as spiritual clocks. Additionally, Michael, the person you've been sobbing over lately, witnessed it. He observed you looking through old pictures. I watched you question whether they ever consider you. Yes, is the response. And when you started letting go, they sensed the energetic rupture, which is why they're in chaos. They're waking up now. Michael responds, don't chase. If they're meant, they'll return. However, this time, they must arrive in clarity rather than misunderstanding. And now for the most startling of all truths. Something is concealed within your family. A fact concealed by silence. Someone attempted to carry a secret to the afterlife. But it's being unlocked by heaven. It could come from a letter, a dream, a cousin, or a document you happen to find. Do not panic. It will cause pain, but it will also heal deeply. Your soul is entitled to know. And something will come out of your body when it's disclosed. A burden you've been carrying without knowing it. Truth is liberation. Even when it stings, it saves. What follows Michael's statement? You wait in divine expectation rather than dread or anxiety. Because heaven may start now that your heart has said yes. Michael is going to perform a minor miracle for you. You'll be able to tell it's from him within the next 3 days. It could be a check, an apology, a fortunate break, or a sign that is too obvious to ignore. Recite aloud, thank you, Michael. I see you. And recite these words in prayer before you go to bed tonight. I'm ready, God. I completely trust you now, so I say yes to whatever you've been working on behind the scenes. Take away what's preventing me, reveal what's healing me, and let go of what's blessing me. Michael will hear that prayer. The angel watching over your door will do the same. Your tale does not make you a victim. Someone else has been waiting for a miracle, and that is you. Now Archangel Michael is grinning. He has serene wings. They finally got it, he says. Let the benefits come now. Now let's get the shift started. Let the happiness come back. Sweet soul, it's time. Is there anything I can tell you? Your strength is no longer required. Not the way you were taught by the world. Not the kind of strong that keeps everyone else going while your own heart is hurting, covers your emotions, or pretends to smile. You were not called to be invincible by God. To be honest, he phoned you. Your softness is not weakness, Michael tries to convey, adding that it is your most treasured armor and has withstood storms that others could not. The soul of a miracle bearer is you. Michael says they won't experience the next season the same way they did the last one. You see, heaven didn't pick you because you had it all figured out. Instead, it picked you because, despite your brokenness, you chose love, you kept hoping, and you knocked again after the door slammed shut. This time, he means that they will be carried through relationships, financial changes, emotional storms, and decisions. You are no longer walking alone. God has reassigned you, and he is bringing someone into your life, a soul so aligned that it will shock you, who will understand your spiritual language and provide you with divine companionship, not just romance. And when it happens, don't sabotage it, don't question it, don't reject love because others gave it to you wrong. This one is clean, Michael continues. Someone who makes you feel like you can finally exhale. Heaven approves of this one. And your house. It's about to undergo a physical or energy transformation. The area surrounding you is being purified. If you find yourself rearranging things, burning candles, tossing out old clothes, or crying uncontrollably, that's the angels. They're clearing energy and creating space for you as you get ready for the future, and something wonderful that has nothing to do with money will happen. This next chapter will feel like peace, Michael says. You'll freeze when someone calls you, talks to you, or says the exact words you've always needed to hear, but have never told anyone. Your soul will ache with gratitude because you'll finally realize heaven heard you even when you didn't say anything aloud. Yes, even in the midst of a storm, since serenity isn't the absence of trouble. It is God's presence. And that's what's now being fixed. Not only your circumstances, but also your feeling of security. The terror is subsiding. The clarity is increasing. Oh, and you were always on time. Your opportunity was not lost. Right now, the lie that you destroyed everything is being disproved. The enemy attempted to embarrass them into silence, but Archangel Michael responds. Tell them they are exactly on time. However, the gate remained open in heaven. We are currently guiding them through it. Do you sense it right now? That feeling of warmth in your chest. That light behind your eyes. Your soul ultimately says yes at that point. Accept the calling. To the love, yes. To the light, yes. Yes, to the life that seemed to be waiting forever. You are no longer required to pursue. You will now find what is yours. And the answer to your question, is this it? Is no. It's this. Right now, Michael is using flame, oil, and the holy promise that heaven will never give up on you. Not even when you give up on yourself, to seal this message over your life. They are not forgotten, he claims. They're not in the rear. They are ready when they are called and carried. Now is the last time to close your eyes. Inhale. I receive it. I release the pain. I welcome the miracle. I trust heaven. I trust Michael. I trust myself. You say, placing your palm over your heart. Heaven responds, Amen. Dove, dear soul, if this message made you feel something deep down, don't just feel it. Seal it. Click subscribe now. It's for your soul, not the world. Michael's next message will contain a date, a location, and an unexpected invitation. You need to be prepared for it. If this divine message resonated with you, let it seal your spirit. Click subscribe, not for a number, but for a future lifeline. Your name may be on the next divine scroll Michael brings. This was no accident. It was the sign you've been praying for. And now you are walking in your miracle. Heaven is already ahead of you. See you in the next divine whisper. Allow him to reach you, dove. Make this your vow. I will never again ignore a divine summons. I will allow my miracle to find me. I will be awake and prepared. Heaven is on its way. You are still here, beloved, which indicates that your spirit did more than just read this. It remembered it. You weren't merely listening with your ears. Something extraordinary just happened in heaven because you were listening with all of your heart. A light went off, a new timeline was opened, a contract was signed. You said yes in the spirit realm, and now angels are starting to move around you. Michael, a divine symbol of protection, has left a mark on your door. Those reoccurring dreams you've been having have meaning, and the spiritual attacks that used to find you will no longer reach you because this message was more than just a message. It was a divine firewall that was invisible to the naked eye, but strong enough to block anything the enemy planned for your peace. Some things feel so familiar lately because you've already experienced them in the spirit. You've seen glimpses of people, places, and numbers, and you thought it was just your imagination, but it was actually prophetic rehearsal. God's way of letting your soul get ready before your body caught up. It may feel overwhelming, but don't be scared. Heaven gave you this discernment as a gift, not a burden, and you weren't meant to fit in. Michael says they are awakening now, and their gifts will start to activate. They will start sensing things, knowing things, and feeling shifts before they happen. That's why they were isolated, Michael continues. You are the chain breaker in your bloodline. You were meant to break patterns, to expose spiritual chains, to heal wounds so deep that generations tried to bury them. Heaven drew them back to protect them long enough to equip them, not to punish them, which is why they felt excluded. And that season is coming to an end. Connection is emerging from solitude. The quiet is turning into music. Loneliness is turning into a legacy. Legacy indeed. In rooms you have never been in, your name will be called. Because you answered yes today, kids you haven't even met yet will feel secure. That is the magnitude of this moment. Heaven wouldn't let you skip it because of this. Since something in your energy resets on July 2nd, you were supposed to open this before then. Your destiny clicks for some reason. Only those who stayed long enough, listened intently enough, and had strong enough faith will be allowed to pass through the spiritual door that is opening. And you've just crossed the line. Find solace in this. Michael is not going anywhere. His presence is not over yet. This is only the start. Tonight, his wings are already encircling your bed. You have his weapon at your feet. Your heart is covered by his hand. And he, not you, will face any dread that tries to come see you after this point. Loved one, sleep differently tonight. Sleep as though you're already protected. Sleep as though you are aware that the miracle is planned. Sleep like if you've been seen at last fully and unquestionably.